I'll speak to the second question first around alarmism. I think that we just have to be specific about the alarms that we're raising, right? Like these are the specific things that I see that tell me that this is on the horizon. And I found that when I do that and I kind of give the grounds of why I'm assessing that like an auto coup is a realistic red line we should be thinking about, that it comes across as less just me like shrieking into the void and more like, here's the five reasons. If you disagree that those reasons are pointing towards this, then let's have the conversation on those grounds, right? On the what we should do, I feel like this is going to be an unpopular answer, to be honest with you, because I am still grappling it with it myself. But my honest take when I zoom out and I put my any liberalism that might have been conditioned into me aside, and I think, what do I think is really needed? I really think that and maybe this is military tactician conditioning. I don't know. I have some humility about that, but I think that as long as this empire can keep throwing fires at our feet and we keep trying to win on those issues, one fire at a time, we will never be able to position ourselves to win control. And we've locked ourselves into a never ending tunnel of fighting the horrifying things that this empire will do, regardless of who's controlling it. Um, and our people will keep suffering and dying. And that's a really depressing prospect. And it's hard to say, but I honestly think what that means is that we have to, at some point, decide that in some meaningfully coordinated way, right? I'm not just saying like a handful of people going rogue and being like, I'm not caring about these issues anymore. And it's not caring about them, but I actually do think it might be necessary for us to sacrifice for a time fighting the specific fires that are killing our people and causing them to suffer in favor of trying to win the control that can turn the faucet of fire off. Sorry, I lost the analogy, but you get where I'm going with that, right? I That is a horrifying thing to say, and it's my honest thinking at this point that that might be what it takes. Like, I can't see myself fighting every fire that this empire throws at all of our people one at a time for the rest of my life. Even if we won all of them, we've changed the power dynamic in zero ways so much of the time, right? It's like we have these wins, but we still have no control over the system. And like, I think we have to figure out, how do we gear ourselves towards winning control over the system? And that's going to mean we can't fight on every front. And that's feels Machiavellian and devastating and, problematic maybe. And maybe it is, I don't know, but that's honestly what comes to mind with that question is like, I think we have to figure out what would it take for us to do that and not do it in a way where we're abandoning our people, but where we're unifying our power in a way that is about winning control so that we can win the agenda and conditions that our people actually need and stop having to have fires constantly getting flung at us endlessly for the rest of our lives and our children's lives and our grandchildren's lives.